Hello. Okay. Seems to be fine there. Whoa. Man, is Twitch like way behind? Twitch might be way, way, way behind. Okay, hang on. Let's see if this is working fine. I think YouTube's fine, although Twitch... Yeah, let's try and sort this thing out with Twitch. Okay. Just quickly restarted the Twitch stream. Hopefully that'll fix it. Okay, I think we're back. Sweet. Alright. Oh boy. Yeah, load. Sweet. Alright. Chapter 4, Thunderous Hooves. Hope makes the choice to fight alongside Lightning, but quickly finds himself exhausted by... Okay, let's move on. I'll explain it all. So, this stuff's supposed to be from Pulse, yet it's still seemingly functioning, which is kinda odd, unless this is Cocoon Tick. But...
No sign of soldiers.
Guess lightning got their attention.
I wonder how Hope's doing.
They were headed towards Palampolum. Kid's on his way home. You can bet on it.
Good for him.
That's something, I guess.
What's wrong?
It's good. If they manage to slip in quietly. All of Cocoon is in the grip of pulse phobia. If a Lassie pops up on the radar, all hell will break loose.
They don't even know why they're scared.
Afraid of what they don't know. Afraid to find out more. It gets worse the older you get. I'm terrified of what'll happen. The world probably would be better off without Pulse Lassie. I mean, most of them.
Gee, thanks. Let's go.
I mean, considering that Lassie were able to take down soldiers, even Psychom's elites, pretty quickly, I get why, if you think they're the enemy, they might terrify you. Considering that Sass and Vanille were Not just Saz and Vanille. Lightning, Hope, Snow, all of them were pretty much newbie Lassie. Yeah, they took down squads and squads of soldiers, right?
Don't worry, Sass. You'll be okay with me.
Ooh, wait, these guys self-destruct, don't they? But at the same time, it's more of the propaganda that the governments of this world has been spouting. Which is incredible that they managed to keep up that propaganda for countless years. It's been centuries since the two planets actually fought each other. And people are still terrified of anything from Pulse. Hence the purge. But then, here's what's kinda interesting, is this place in particular though. Oh! Yeah, they do self-destruct, and I can't move. I'm gonna have to tank this. Ouch. I thought they self-destructed. I don't know why the last guy didn't. But anyway.
Nothing to it.
Hooray, Sass!
Saz did say that perhaps it might be better off if... Oh, right. I was waiting for this to move. Might be better if if they weren't Lassie, or rather if Lassie weren't around. Because obviously, with everyone being so terrified, it might put everyone's minds at ease. Although, to be fair, at the moment, no one really knows Lassie are around, since the government did such a good cover-up job.
Watch and learn, kid.
I say good. I think it's more like no one was willing to say, hey, I escaped that forced deportation you tried to do. Most people are probably just gonna try and keep their heads down and out of the officials' way, if they did manage to get out of there. And then we got Saz and Vanille here, just kind of running for it. Wait,
Oh well. Looks like it doesn't work.
really? Hang on.
I wonder if it just needs power.
I probably need to come back for that. But this seems like a steelwork factory or some shit. I wonder if the reason why we've been seeing Pulse tech is that it's being pumped out here. Ah, that's them. I totally snuck up on them. Okay, I should probably get rid of the bombs first.
We got this.
I
Vanille.
should probably protect myself here.
Keep it together, Pop.
Good call. Alright, you can probably stop.
Follow the old man's lead.
And I guess it kind of worked out with the government, or sanctum, I guess I should call them, but I feel like government makes, you know who I'm talking about, right? The governments of this world, of the Final Fantasy XIII world. The sanctum, they didn't really have to give a whole lot of details for people to get scared on what exactly everyone should be afraid of. Although, what is more surprising is it doesn't feel like anyone's really calling them out and said, you guys have been telling us to fear this world below for pretty much our entire lives, but freaking why? is, for most people, they haven't even seen anything from Pulse. They've just been told it's hell. I wonder if... Where is the power? Oh, I think I know what to do. Although what I did point out last time, when the way Vanille kind of talks about it, she feels detached from the situation. Although Saz kind of talks in that way too. But it's... I guess Saz talks about it because he knows which side of the fence he's been put on. We actually find out later that Saz is not so quick to... I guess it might be a bit of a spoiler, but Saz is not so quick to believe everything that he's been told.
Tougher than you thought, huh?
And so when you talk about why everyone's scared... Oh man, I really thought I stuck up on that. With everyone being scared, I guess Saz didn't really count himself among that group.
To the victor go the spoils.
Simple, easy, 5 stars. I wonder if the Fell Sea of Cocoon set this up to be like this. Using Pulse Tick.
Look at that.
Guess running's out of the
We also don't get told which specific Fell Sea it was that halted the Pulse invasion. Why are we starting with that guy? Start with the Gremlins. And it also begs the question, if they were able to stop the invasion, was Cocoon attempting to invade Pulse, or was it just Pulse attempting to invade Cocoon back in the day? Because Cocoon seems... I mean, Cocoon has been led to believe that they can just send stuff to Pulse. That's what the whole purge was, obviously. That they're just gonna drop off everything that originated from Pulse back on Pulse. Now, that's not what actually happened, but at least the general population believes that's what was gonna happen.
We got his Vanille.
Although,
Wisdom does come with age.
I guess for the general population, rather play it safe. In the whole Pulse phobia thing. I mean, what real benefit does it bring you to challenge what the Sanctum has been telling you this entire time? I can't go that way. I mean, no one really wants to go to Pulse anyway. At least it doesn't feel like anyone does. And that maybe that's partly because of what they've been told their entire lives. Oh! I forgot to scan these guys. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good. But Vanille figured out that they're weak to water.
Let's give this a shot. Gotta hit 4 control panels.
Again, why does Saz know how to operate this? This does not look like Cocoon tech. This definitely seems like it's from Pulse. So either it's just really, really intuitive UI, or there's some explanation needed here. Uh-oh. That stagger gauge is gonna fall quick. Oh well. Maybe you can kill it before? But I do wonder, why did they build these types of soldiers? Is they just to attack everything in sight? I mean, they're pretty chill around certain monsters, and I imagine these monsters are cocoon grown, not pulse monsters. Although, considering that the Pearl Seed did lift a whole chunk of pulse and put it on cocoon, it is possible that some like monster nests were caught up in it, and that they've just been reproducing all this time. And so end up with some pulse monsters on cocoon. Although what's interesting is those monsters don't attack pulse soldiers. Or pulse work soldiers, these armaments, or these machine. Oh, come on. Oh. The monsters don't attack the machinery, and the machinery doesn't attack the monsters. Yet we saw very clearly earlier, the previous stream, at least, that these, what are they called? Machine? Yeah. These machines will attack cocoon creatures. Turn around. Nice. Gotcha. I'm just trying to keep the stagger. Which was probably stupid, but whatever. I'm just focusing on this guy because I don't think I'm gonna kill the other guy before his stagger runs out. Okay, maybe I could have killed him.
Did you see that coming?
Wow, his stagger took a really long time to form. The incessant Vanille situation, it's like, what can you do? I mean, we don't know where Vanille's home is, we don't know where Saz's home is, but neither of them have mentioned it. It's like they don't plan to go back. Which is interesting, because we talked a lot about Hope going back home. Saz brought that up over and over again. So their home might have been Bodum, right?
I'm tougher than you thought, huh?
Since Bodum is probably be a ghost town by now with everyone being deported from there. Which must have been like... losing an entire town, I wonder what effect that would have on like economy. Although that's probably one of the more boring topics to explore. It's like every civilian in that town was just sent on a train to be deported to another planet. There's probably a bunch of empty homes now. And if you did manage to hide from the purge, I'm not sure how you would have done that. I wonder how long you would wait until you think it's safe to come back out. Because the military is probably still sweeping the area. I mean, they just announced the purge was successful. So the military is probably pulled out of the area by now. Although, maybe not the best idea to stay in Bodom. Move to another town as fast as possible. Don't tell anyone that you were in Bodom at the time of the purge.
Pulse machines can't be that different.
Apparently.
Aha! It's alive!
Way to go!
Okay, we're gonna go back because I think now there's power. This is Pulse Tech. Saz just confirmed it. Why is there operational Pulse Tech up here?
The only thing we woke up, huh?
We can take him.
I wonder if these guys were actually terraforming the place. Because it seems like they built their facilities into
This thing must be
the surrounding landscape. I guess technically that could have been the FLC that did that, but I don't see why they would have done that. But considering Cocoon is like already pretty artificial in how it works, it feels odd to think that someone needs to show up and terraform it. Cocoon is like it's moon-sized compared to Pulse. But then a lot of its stuff has to be provided by the FLC. Like food, lighting, shelter, water, all of that has to be provided by the FLC. So I'm sure they're the ones who changed everything. Cancel. Yes, cancel. They're the ones who changed everything to make it habitable for humans, and then Pulse Tech shows up and seeks to change everything again. Sounds kind of odd. Okay, yeah, this works.
Oh, I got this thing figured.
I better be rewarded well for this. Oh, what? You did not detect me.
Time to get serious.
I'm calling bull. Maybe I should...
Watch and learn, kid.
I do like Saz and Vanille's dynamic. They do seem like a cherry chill bunch. Or pair, I should say. Saz seems like a mostly easygoing dad. And Vanille is just easygoing all the time. Like I think there was only one moment where we saw her stressed. Let's buff ourselves up. Whoa, what the heck? I don't know why anyone's just cycling through options like that. can probably stick it out for a little longer. Okay, I probably need to heal. I need to heal a little longer. Okay. Oh, Vanille already debuffed these guys. Good.
Keep it together, Plum.
Didn't even have to ask.
I guess these two are bound to figure out something to do with themselves. As for Snow, yeah, we still don't know who took him. And why they took him alive. That was a very interesting thing to note, because they swept the purge under the floorboards, I should say, or under the carpet, or the truth about the purge, that it was actually mass execution. Yet someone took Snow in alive instead of just killing him off for being part of the purge, right? So those guys, they didn't exactly look like Psychom either. They looked similar, but not exactly the same. So it might not be Psychom.
Follow the old man's lead.
This should help us get the stagger pretty quickly. There we go. And what is our prize? I'm sure that's helpful. Somehow. How do I reach that? Excuse me. I was kind of hoping these guys wouldn't have respawned.
Follow the old man's lead.
Section might take a little while. Oh, I'm not getting the stagger gauge up fast enough. I think I need to swap to something else. Okay, for starters, prevent Vanille from dying.
You got
Okay.
this, Vanille.
I just realized though, Sass and Vanille are like the cheerful ones of the group, or closest thing to it. And then Lightning and Hope are both the kind of angsty ones. So I guess it kind of explains the way they split off the way they did. That actually makes a whole lot of sense when you think about it that way. Only 1 star. I did pretty badly. Oh well.
Tap a couple keys and
Neat. A bunch of bombs and a pulse-work soldier. I could probably swap to dual casting and that'll take care of everything. I'm gonna die. Yeah.
Lux finally run out.
Yeah, swapping to dual casting took a bit too much time. We were already ready to self-destruct. Okay, let's try that again. This time we're not gonna swap. Oh, Saz was already that low.
Lux finally run out.
Keep it together, Pops. She says after you already died. I think they're healing each other as well. Oh, Saz might die. Yeah, Saz is dead. Alright, I think I had to go in with dual castings already active. Customize. There we go. Last resort will be using our buff. Saz doesn't have access to ruler. Yeah, we're gonna have to use our buffs.
Lux finally run out.
Wait, before that, let's see if Saz can unlock water. He cannot. I might as well get Blitz. That seems the most useful. Or I would if I was able to. Okay, Vanille, what can you get? Nothing major. Nothing major there. Okay, so it's just stats. Okay. Let's try. At the very least, I think this will allow us to survive. Oh gosh. I didn't realize Vanille was already dead and the only one who could heal. Okay, we are gonna get this. taking way more tries than I'd like though. Okay. Okay, the self-destructs was staggered a little bit, so that helps. Oh gosh, Vanille, I need you to heal me right the fudge now. Vanille, please.
Ducks finally run out.
Oh wait, that was the wrong thing. Whatever. Just before Vanille could get the heal off.
Finally run out.
Alright, we're gonna have to use the last resort. Because I'm tired of being stuck here. Oh my gosh, they targeted the wrong thing. Why did they suddenly target the soldier this time? Usually it starts on targeting the bombs. Let's try that again. Again. Okay, finally. What? That did nothing! Why did it do nothing this time? Ugh. Three bombs, man. That was a little annoying. This isn't working. Let's heal up the Neon real quick.
Thanks, Vanille.
You know, there's another interesting thing to note. Although this might be pointing out a bit too much. You know what? I'll actually keep that one to myself. Because it might be revealing a bit too much. For a reveal that's going to make itself later on. Although if you noticed, you probably already know. Oh. Well, that was a little embarrassing. But it took so much to take those guys down. Now, how do I get up there? Okay, it must be that one? It's a bit of a shame. Because of the way this game is designed though, you can't go back and explore after exiting an area. It's kind of long, beautiful. You gotta admit, the corridors are pretty beautiful. But it's like long corridors and then they're like doors in between. The doors being the chapters.
Ducks finally run out.
Hmm. Okay, we're fine.
Follow the old man's lead.
Yeah, the last bomb did like 50 damage.
Didn't even have to.
Or the last bomb of the previous battle. This one did a lot more. I don't know why that last bomb did so little. These ones do like 400 damage. It was also interesting to note the Primarch, I think his name is, which is basically like he's dressed like the Pope, but it's more like he's in charge of the government, if I'm not mistaken, which is the Sanctum. And it's kind of interesting that he endorsed the Purge, considering what it actually was. And the way he's dressed seems to imply a sort of, I guess, like I said, he's dressed like the Pope. If you've seen him, you know. I guess it's sort of like a corrupt government official. But he endorsed a bunch of people.
Minor hitch.
Why did they detect me at the last second? Oh no, wait! I just realized these things are cyberized. We've seen cyberized versions of these things. They were one of the weaker enemies that we saw. Anyway, he endorsed the whole purge, which again was just picking up a bunch of people and then placing them into a very, very hostile environment, which was the plan that they told the public, which is the plan they told the public, but meanwhile they just killed everyone off on the way. And I did say fal'Cie were kind of like godlike compared to humans, but I don't think humans outright worship fal'Cie. I think the Primarch sort of communicates with them about Cocoon and its functions. About how Cocoon's going to be run and plans for the future. Apparently, I don't know if the Sanctum always runs its plans by the fal'Cie to see if they're approved. Because all we know is that the fal'Cie didn't say anything about the Purge. Usually the fal'Cie would step in if they think the Sanctum planning something, or the plan that the Sanctum's coming up with is unreasonable or is wrong or whatever. They would usually step in and be like, no, don't do that. But this time the fal'Cie said nothing. So I don't know if they actually told the fal'Cie, or they just kept it to themselves and they were expecting that the fal'Cie would find out somehow and stop it. I mean, they are considered much more powerful than humans, so maybe they think fal'Cie are all-knowing and still said nothing about the Purge. It does beg the question, did Falsi really believe a Falsi from another planet was such a dire threat that everyone who is near it should be sent off planet? Or is it just that the Falsi is tired of babysitting the humans who live on Cocoon, and it's just like, fine, you guys really want to kill yourselves off? Go for it. Which... not 100% sure which answer's worse. Because most of the people who were part of the Purge were pretty harmless until, you know, I say harmless in the sense that I'm pretty gosh darn sure they aren't Lassie or anything like that.
Didn't even have to ask.
Although it might be a bit invasive to check to make sure if you're Lassie, considering where brands can show up. I mean, Lightning's got a brand in the center of her chest, and Vanille's got a brand in a kind of compromising area. But considering that the alternative was getting sent off planet, I think people would prefer to prove that they're not Falsi with no brand. As invasive as that check would be. I mean, did I say not Falsi? I meant not Lassie. Obviously they're not Falsi. Although I guess people wouldn't the people who are Lassie wouldn't volunteer to be searched or allow themselves to be searched. And they would try to hide from the searchers as much as possible. So how do you make sure that you've checked everyone?
Not a problem.
Because if you let a Lassie run loose, best case scenario, it'll eventually turn into a mindless... Is there nothing up here? Man, what a ripoff. There's nothing here. I feel robbed. What was I saying? Oh, those guys are back. Fetch those guys. Anyway, the best case scenario for if someone did turn into a Lassie would be that they don't complete their focus and turn into a mindless monster, a thief. Worst case scenario is that they're given a focus which is incredibly damaging to Cocoon and its people, and they commit a grave act of terrorism. Well, terrorism, war, how do you exactly tell the difference? Anyway. Because even taking out a Falsi, considering how heavily humans rely on Falsi, could be like cutting off electricity or cutting off food supply, cutting off water supply, making sure people don't have the fudging sun anymore. Which seems pretty hectic even for war. Then again, I wouldn't know. I've never been in war. I don't know what's considered acceptable during war. And again, it is war into... I'd say it's war between two different planets, so they might have very different standards amongst themselves, but apparently Cocoon Tech and Pulse Tech aren't that different, so maybe they do have similar standards, if their civilizations have progressed in similar directions. Nope, not fighting you guys. The button prompts aren't showing up anymore. Oh boy, there's this again. Is it even worth Saz being a caster? Ugh, more than one bomb can cause problems very, very quickly. If I can take out one of the bombs quick enough, then I'm not really worried about the other one. Yeah, okay.
See that coming?
Heal, heal, heal. Okay.
Follow the old man's lead.
Alright, we're good. Dude, they really have it out for Vanille. Which, actually, if this is Pulse Tech, that does raise an interesting question. Why is it attacking us? Because we're technically Pulse Lassie. So technically we should be on the same side as this thing. But it's attacking us all the same. Doesn't it have parameters to recognize allied forces? Or at least recognize allied Lassie? Maybe Lassie was so rare during the war that they wouldn't be expected to fight alongside these things. Because again, Lassie, getting turned into Lassie is pretty much a death sentence. Well, not exactly a death sentence, but either scenario is going to end pretty badly for you. I mean, unless you like being a statue for the rest of your life. Or you like being a mindless zombie for the rest of your life, which I'm not judging. I am judging a little bit.
We got this, Vanille.
Did that just hit its ally? No. Maybe? Perhaps. I feel like it's quite easy to run past a lot of battles. Although I don't know where your CP situation would be. I think if you're behind on stats you might find some battles nightmarish. Also, soldiers can definitely recognize some allies though. I wonder why these ones don't recognize ally Lassie. I guess we're not exactly showing our brands off to these things. But I wonder if that would work. If it saw a Pulse Lassie brand, would it immediately stop attacking? I mean, we know why they're here. We have to fill the space with some form of combat. Imagine as we leave the area, this won't happen by the way, I might as well spoil it. As we leave the area we show off a brand to one of them, and then they just stop attacking and turn around and go home.
Finally made it.
Finally.
You must
These
be
Vanille
tired.
can move.
We gotta sleep somewhere. This look okay?
Yeah. Fine by me.
Random blanket is
Perfect.
convenient,
Okay, good night.
Not a care in the world.
which is impressive considering the situation.
Oh!
What?
Do not cross this line. Understood?
Grow up.
And good night again.
Did you just go to sleep already?
A little chocobo chick. Wouldn't it be warm in his hair to sleep in?
Still a kid.
Perhaps Vanille has been more scared than she's been letting on. I would like to say my progress. Goodness gracious. Looks like a piece of artwork right there.
Couldn't run if you wanted to.
Look at you. Wonder what's under the hood of that thing.
Keep your pants on. You'll get a peek soon enough. Just try and behave.
I'm not gonna make any promises.
Cheeky boy, aren't you? We'll see how long that lasts.
Dang, these cutscenes look gorgeous though. I think the frames might be dropping though. Oh, they do have handcuffs.
He's come to meet you.
The Lindblom. I feel like I've heard that name in another Final Fantasy game before. 9? Maybe? I don't know.
Halt! You must be Snow. Cid Raines, Brigadier General of the fleet.
I'd shake your hand,
Thanks for the escort.
but I'm currently handcuffed.
Apologies. I just had a few questions to ask you. If it works like they tell us, that means she must have fulfilled her focus.
Sarah!
Fulfilled her focus. As a tainted pulse l'Cie, that is.
You think she was out to hurt Cocoon?
I'd hardly be alone if I did. When it comes to Pulse, who could claim to know anything? I need the truth, for the sake of Cocoon.
The sake of Cocoon. We're from Cocoon. Shipping us out, purging innocent people. That's how you lend us a hand?
Those are the Sanctum's methods. The public fears what it doesn't know. It's grown tired of living in constant terror of these threats from the world below. So, the Sanctum devised a plan for you, l'Cie.
I'll bet.
A public execution. The people don't know any better. Strike down the phantoms before their eyes, and they sleep like babes.
No!
The Sanctum has intelligence on the other l'Cie already. It's only a matter of time.
You'll never catch them.
I see. We'll need your help then, won't we?
Sarah.
Some backstory. Day 7.
You're kidding, right?
I mean it.
You can't drop the breakup bomb like that. Being alone's alright, I guess? Yep. Always was until we met. Then we did. And now I know there's something better. Being with you. We've come too far to quit now.
It's not your choice.
You really want to leave me?
I don't want to. I have to. Listen, it's over. Please, just stay away from me.
What happened? At least tell me that. If it was something I did, just say it.
Okay. Look. Branded by Pulse. I'm a Lassie.
No.
Enemy of Cocoon.
Catchphrase.
Danger to us all. Get it now? You're my enemy. Goodbye.
Sarah!
Go get her, hero boy.
Sarah, where are you?
Does seem like a pretty nice place. It's pretty small though. Is this like a private beach? Anyway, the whole thing. So Sarah was already a Lassie, which Lightning did tell us about before we even. Ooh, water physics. Kind of water physics. Anyway, Lightning did tell us that Sarah was a Lassie before we went to go rescue her, right? But we know that it happened at least 5 days before the purge. And Sarah was going to break up with Snow. I say was gonna because the game already reveals that by this point they're engaged. And it's because Sarah somehow ended up being branded as a Pulse Lassie. And to give you an idea of how despair-inducing that was, even Snow genuinely just did not know what to say in that moment. Because he knows that... Oh, hey. Sarah, huh? I can barely hear him. His voice, though. He knows that as soon as, for example, the Sanctum find out that Sarah is a Lassie, they'd probably try to eliminate her as fast as possible. Which is pretty much the government of the entire world would be hunting her down. And that's not even the biggest problem, surprisingly. The biggest problem is what the heck her focus is. And if she fails to complete it, she becomes a mindless monster. And even if she does complete it, well, we saw her turn to crystal. So it's pretty much like your entire life has just been cut short. Plus you were branded a terrorist.
What's with the long face? You and Sarah have a fight?
The entire planet's gonna treat you like a huge enemy of this, like the biggest enemy of the state.
How come Sarah's not with you, big guy?
Ah, he was in Palom Palom.
So, where are you headed?
You were not there before, Sarah. Sarah!
Sarah! What is your focus? The sea have a focus, right? I'll go with you, help you do it. Just let me.
No, if you're with me, the sanctum
I will be with you, no matter what.
The lad's
Come
got loyalty.
too far to quit now.
Give him that much.
I don't know. I don't know my focus. I'm gonna be a monster.
Not if I'm here. I'll protect you. We'll figure this out. Do it together, okay?
Okay.
In such a desperate situation, having someone to
It's true
lean
what
on.
they say. When we're finished, I'll turn to crystal.
Don't worry. When the sea complete their focus, they're blessed with the gift of eternity. They wouldn't call it eternity if you died. You'll see. You and me will always be together.
Beautiful song too.
Even if death was all that she had waiting, nothing would have changed. Sarah was brave enough to face it.
Anyway, I was saying in such a desperate situation, having someone to lean on like that, incredibly invaluable.
Can't believe we made it.
That'll slow down pursuit.
But aren't there troops on this side? We can't relax just yet.
Right. We press on. I'll take point. You watch our backs.
Actually, why don't you let me take point?
Can you handle it?
It's not a question of can or can't.
Now you're learning. Keep your eyes front. I'll watch the rear.
Got it.
Ah, look. She's proud of him. Grandpa Whitewood.
Got your back. You call
Instrument
the
of
shots.
vengeance. Resolved to be more than a victim of circumstance.
Don't stray too far.
There's no treasure chest back there. So, now we know about Sarah and Snow's little situation before, which she became a Lassie 5 days before the purge happened, which means she probably knew what was in the bottom vestige, right? That, or she somehow ended up in the bottom vestige. What do I want to make hope? Warfire. Roll level. None of that interests me. Because Sarah had to have encountered the Foul Sea, obviously, in order to get turned into a Lassie. So she must have entered the vestige. And met the Foul Sea inside, right? Attack and launch stagger. Ooh, wait, that's actually really good. I need to get as many elements as possible, so I'm gonna grab fire. And any new magic? Okay, I'm gonna go back to commando. Yeah. And then before that touching cutscene, we saw that Sid Raines mentioned a plan about executing Lassie in front of the public. But that raises a question. I thought the government's already presented to the public that the purge was successful. So where are they going to say these Lassie came from?
Just block out everything else.
They told everyone that everyone who got purged ended up on Cocoon. I mean, not on Cocoon. On Pulse already, right?
Just another battle.
So where would the Lassie pop up from? They didn't mention anything about Lassie before. But apparently the entire planet is gripped in Pulse terror. Which, again, why? Unless word got out that the purge wasn't as successful as the government claimed it was.
Can use the lights as a guide to keep us moving in the right direction.
This looks so cool. Otherwise, I'm not sure why the world would be gripped in Pulse terror. Let's kill this guy first. Ooh! That's actually really helpful because now... Oh, I should probably use a Libra on these guys, right? It's actually really useful because now lightning won't get interrupted when she's attacking because she's up in the air. I may need to mess with the paradigms again. Okay, let's quickly mess with the paradigms. Ravager Commando, Ravager Medic, Synergist Commando, dual casting. Let's go with the Synergist Medic. Excuse me. And then I can go with an emergency medic thing where we both need to heal each other. Yeah, double dose. Okay.
Don't go chasing after enemies.
So
It's a
unless
surefire way to get ambushed.
I'm kind of gonna ignore what Lightning just said and go chasing after enemies. So unless word got out that the purge wasn't as successful, I don't know why the public would still be gripped by pulse phobia, right? Because as far as they know, everything related to Pulse was already sent away, right? But I guess even those soldiers that got taken out during the purge by Lightning, for example, they must have had family members too, right? And I'm guessing the family members were like, what happened to this dude who was working as part of the purge? And they were like, oh, he died. The fuck do you mean he died? He was just supposed to be escorting civilians to another planet. How the heck did he die? And so maybe through that word probably got out that, hey, the escorting mission wasn't that successful actually, since a whole bunch of soldiers died during it. It's just odd to think about. You never really think about these people who are trying to kill you might have families as well. They probably do.
Have you ever been here before? On duty, I mean.
No, I haven't. This area is covered by the Woodlands Observation Battalion. You scared?
Not really. I'm ready to fight if I have to.
To keep you safe. I'll want it back.
Lightning. I'm glad I followed you. By myself, I would have had no chance.
Something tells me Lightning isn't too used to the touchy-feely stuff and the warm, fuzzy feelings.
Trust me to cover the tail, and stay focused on moving forward.
Look at that. It's like raising her own little protege.
We don't need to rush.
You definitely warmed up quite a bit to Hope. Considering how closed off she was before.
No holding back.
Also, it begs the question, how did they know that some Lassie were loose, right? Because yes, Lightning and Hope have been dropping bodies, but did those people manage to confirm that we were Lassie and report that back? I guess there's nothing saying that we actually killed those people, so they probably regained consciousness and was like, okay, yeah, they have magic, they're Lassie out there now. And I guess the Sanctum couldn't just let Lassie run free. Considering what kind of focus they could have been given. And so word got through the military, and the military had to conduct an operation to try and catch Lassie, and you can't do that entirely in secret, I guess. And so I guess word got out that, yeah, there's some Lassie on the loose. And I guess that's what's causing the rampant fear right now. But I guess, and then that's where the plan comes in of kill the Lassie in front of everyone in a public execution, and everyone will be like, oh, alright, that problem's dealt with, we don't need to worry anymore. Oh gosh.
Would this work better, Light?
Please don't kill me, please don't kill me. Okay. A little bit of panic there. Although
uses this place for bioweapons research. Lots of angry teeth and claws.
ooh, interesting little tidbit of information there. So all those cyberized monsters that we've been seeing, they probably originated from here. Why did it turn around at the last second? It definitely seemed like its patrol route needed it to go further. Whatever.
No holding back.
I wonder who I wonder who it was that came up with the idea of like, let's grab a bunch of monsters and then just put a whole bunch of cyber tech on them.
Would this work better, Light?
And then have those cyberized monsters work for us. Really using every resource available to you, huh? It also begs the question, are they seen more as monsters or animals? I wonder if there's a distinction between the two. I think there isn't really a distinction between monsters and animals in this universe. I mean, some monsters are definitely more docile than others. I say monsters, creatures. For example, chocobos seem chill. Well, at least chocobo chicks do.
Study your enemy's actions. That'll help you form a strategy.
And you hear lightning constantly giving tips to hope.
Stray too far.
I don't think it healed, actually, so I'm gonna go with these Thraxtons. Actually, I don't think it actually heals.
How about this, Light?
Good call. I've got your back.
Okay.
Try something else. Thanks.
She was genuinely concerned for him.
Good call. I've got your back.
Would this work better, Light?
That was a little scary. It does beg the question, where did the monsters come from? Did the Fal'Cie make them? I don't think so. I don't think Fal'Cie produced monsters. I think they're just something that happens to exist on both Cocoon and Pulse. Gotcha. Monsters seem to be their own creatures.
That's it, Hope.
I guess the guy who proposed turning monsters into part of the military is basically the equivalent of whoever suggested war elephants in our world. And some people do like the idea of putting a bear in a bunch of armor and sending it out into combat.
We can't just rush into this one.
Ouch. Okay, this thing is really tanky. Hang on.
Maybe we should try something else.
I've got your back. Hope.
Come on, Light.
You guys mostly standing by. Is that all the spells I have? Yeah, that is. Okay. Let's get ourselves up to full health.
I've got your back.
Thanks.
Okay. I think I know what this thing's about to do. Termination mode. That doesn't sound good. Youch! I wonder if that would have been a one-shot had I not put up protect.
Thank you. Here, come on, Light. How about this?
I wonder how long it's gonna keep doing that. We're almost done, so not much longer actually. He did want to get one more in. Oh, the time wasn't great. Only 1 star. Antidote.
Stay alert.
I do like, it's actually kind of funny. This is by far the most confusing section of this game, but it's still not even close to being able to like, you can get lost here.
What is it?
We need to hide. They don't seem like they're even looking for us. I mean, we're Lassie and we're on the loose.
SciComm's keeping it all under wraps. They don't want their failure publicized. Better to lose us than lose their pride.
So the other soldiers don't know about us, right?
Right. They don't know anything about any fugitives.
So, for start,
Over here.
before I was, what I was saying before is, the most confusing section,
Time to move.
yet it's still not like really enough to get lost. I think the path is pretty obvious, yet they still feel the need to like light the way with these beacons. And second of all, interesting thing to note. Lots of interesting things to note in this game. I gotta come up with something else to say. But basically, they're saying, Lightning is just saying that news about Lassie breaking loose, or getting loose, after the purge,
Situation's important, but
isn't
never lose
even-
sight of what's happening around you.
isn't even being disclosed in the military, right? It's just which SciComm is its own. I don't know how much the military would share information. Different branches of the military would share information with each other, but if they all work under one general government, right? Which it seems like they do. You'd think that these guys would at least be told in confidence that hey, there's a bunch of Lassie on the loose, you should catch them. But it seems like not even that happened. Oh, Blitz is so useful. It seems they kept that information even from other
Just
branches
another
of military. Which is how much they want to keep this whole thing under wraps. Alright, let's see if he turns around. No, not this way turns around. Turn around the other way. Yes. Gotcha. Lightning, please hit it. Yes. I just didn't want... Oh! Jeez Louise, that launch. So even other members of the military don't know to keep an eye out for us. That's how much they're keeping this thing under wraps. Freaking juggling this thing. Which then begs the question about their whole plan. How did Sid Reigns learn about it? Also, that was this Final Fantasy version of Sid, if you caught the name. I think every Final Fantasy has a Sid. One of its consistencies. Anyway, how did Sid Reigns know that the plan is to capture Lassie and execute them? Because it doesn't seem like he's part of SciComm, right? He even said that's SciComm's method, as in not himself. But he does seem interested in catching Lassie for whatever reason.
I've got your back.
Come on, Light.
Good call.
But taking them in alive at least. And he said he wanted snow, and maybe that's why he took in snow. He wanted... Maybe he wanted Snow's help to find the other Lassie, which is Fang. I mean, not Fang. Sorry. Vanille, Stars, Lightning, and Hope. So I wonder how they communicated this to SciComm troops to look out for Lassie, without alerting other branches of military that, hey, we kind of fudged up, and now there's a bunch of Lassie running. There's a few Lassie running loose. Again, I don't know much about how shiz works in the military. I haven't gotten the foggiest, so. Maybe that's a normal thing, that information that's in one doesn't ever get leaked over to the other. But then it begs the question, why is all of Cocoon in pulse phobia? Because if they don't believe that there are Lassie on the loose, right? Because obviously not even the military that operates in this area knows that there are Lassie on the loose, as explained by Lightning. Then why is everyone else scared? As far as they know, everything from Pulse was already sent off planet. Or off Cocoon. Off world? Yeah, I think the term is off world. Never trust the government. Preemptive strikes with... Oh yeah, definitely. I don't know if you're still here, Phoenix. Sorry, I only checked the messages now. Can't exactly check them easily. I have finished this game, actually. A couple of times. Favorite Final Fantasy. Oh, I was not paying attention. Whoops.
Sorry. I can't do this.
That's a little embarrassing. Although, if you are planning to talk, try to hold back on the spoilers, just in case anyone's watching who doesn't know. Though I do encourage you to share. Oh shit. I gotta be at full HP before that happens. Maybe I should start with that thing. Because it does have pretty much a combo that can kill us very, very quickly.
Would this work better,
Yeah.
Light? We can win this. How about this, Light? Amazing.
Wait. Okay, we're almost done with this anyway.
Maybe we should try
I just realized it's charging. Not what I meant to do.
Would this work better, Light?
Oh, what am I doing?
Try something else. Here. How about this, Light?
This guy.
Stay on guard.
That's one of the bulkhead fal'Cie. That thing? It's a fal'Cie? That also begs the question, how would a fal'Cie react to l'Cie from the opposite faction?
Gotta show what I'm made of.
How would a Cocoon fal'Cie basically how would a Cocoon fal'Cie would react upon seeing Pulse l'Cie? You'd imagine with great hostility, considering they're soldiers for the enemy's tithe. Or maybe they just don't care all that much. Because it seemed like the fal'Cie only really intervened when Cocoon's forces got breached. But I don't think they care too much about one or two l'Cie running around.
Would this work better, Light? How about this, Light?
And then I think my own personal headcanon is that the previous fal'Cie that we fought, the Pulse fal'Cie, who turned everyone into l'Cie, and by everyone I mean our team, or our crew, I theorized that that one was already on its like dying breath, which is why we were able to kill it as regular humans. That's assuming that it's even dead.
Thank you.
Oh, that heals too, thank goodness. I think we're gonna kill this thing before,
We can win this.
I'm gonna kill this thing before it even thinks. Did it miss its heave? Looks like it missed. Huh?
Gotta be stronger. I wonder how the others are doing.
Saz and Vanille? Who knows? Even if they got away, they'll get caught eventually. Then they'll have to choose. Resist, or surrender.
Surrender. Do you think he's still alive?
You mean Snow? He's too stubborn to die. And that's his best quality. He's arrogant and chummy from the get-go. He thinks he's everybody's pal. Never liked him much. He leads around a bunch of kids. Gang called Nora.
Where'd they get the name Nora?
It's a stupid acronym. Their little code stands for no obligations, rules, or authority. Must be nice.
It's irresponsible.
Why did the door just open up for us? But in case you didn't know, or in case you couldn't tell so far, yeah, lightning really does not like snow. And I think that's actually quite a bit of backstory behind that. In who Lightning is as a person.
There are a lot of feral creatures here too. They're a little different from the military. This is an army facility for turning wildlife into weapons.
Civilians aren't allowed in here, are they?
We'll have to be sure and tell them if we see any.
Lightning's got jokes. These open-air pens, designed to restrain experimental bioweapons, are equipped with electromagnetic containment fences linked to a system-wide biorhythmic monitoring system. Fences deactivate automatically when biorhythms are known or for known high-risk species are no longer detected in their proximity. Again, who the heck came up with this? Imagine seeing a random panther and going, I bet we can put a whole bunch of cyberware onto that. And then send it onto the front lines. Do I have cure? I have antidotes. A few antidotes. I don't know if I'll need them. We'll see.
These fences are for containing the animals. Take care of our pets. They should power down.
It's all or nothing.
And Hope obviously doesn't like snow. Though that one's been obvious for quite some time. And everything, I guess everything he hears about snow at this point is bound to just piss off Hope. No obligations, rules, or authority. It is interesting. Snow doesn't really seem like the rebellious type. He seems chummy, right? And he's friendly with everyone, right? But he also doesn't exactly seem like the type who doesn't like, shall I say, any type of authority. Lightning, are you gonna take action? I was hoping Lightning would use Blitz there.
I've got your back.
speaking of Snow's group, I wonder how they did set up the whole resistance. Because we only met 5 of its members, all of which we saw in that previous cutscene between Snow and Sarah.
How about this, Light?
It was Huge, Godot, Maki, and I forget the last name. But it just seems like fairly ordinary teenagers? Lightning called them kids. I don't know if that's because they're irresponsible, she sees them as irresponsible, or because they're like noticeably younger than her.
Come on, Light. Lightning.
Like, one of them does seem particularly young, but like,
Here.
I think it was Huge. He seems around the same age as Lightning.
Try something else.
Maybe I'm wrong. It is possible that the operation is just way, way, way bigger. And Snow is kind of a gang boss. But I don't quite see it. They're able to organize a whole lot of resistance, because I didn't see much of any... All the resistance we saw during the Purge seemed to be led by Snow and his team of Nora. Which, I would say, interrupting a military operation like that and causing that much chaos and havoc probably takes some level of know-how, right? You also do note that Snow had a bunch of grenades on him. I always wondered if Snow had, I may need to check. That might be something that's explained. That Snow actually does have military training. Ouch. And maybe Godot does as well. The dude was built.
I've got your back.
Maybe we should try something else.
Yeah, we're almost done, yeah. Got him.
Just block out everything else.
Okay, I gotta ask, who looked at these slug creatures and thought they would be a good fit for military weapons? I gotta know who thought that one up. That one had some AoE.
Be ready for the next fight. Wild animals can be even more violent and unpredictable than the trained to kill variety. Be careful.
I mean, I get them being more unpredictable, but there shouldn't be an overall... I don't know if there should be an overall worse threat than the ones that are trained to kill.
That's it, Hope.
That wasn't so bad.
Ooh, 1,700. Let's level up real quick. I did deal earth damage to targets in wide areas and sustain exchange bonuses. Okay. Synergist. Excuse me. Excuse me. It's just an accessory level, but there's a bunch of HP. Let's grab the HP. Alright. Although, now that I think about it, I feel like they should probably have alarms for this type of area where they're keeping a whole bunch of dangerous creatures. In case someone does manage to find their way in by accident. Although, it is possible that these are just traps that they laid and monsters are supposed to just wander in. And then they'll just pick them, they'll just pick them up and be like, alright. Time to transform them.
Caged in like the animals.
Okay, that caged us in before this guy showed up. What gives? Okay.
Would this work better like?
Ouch.
I've got your back. Thanks.
Let's cast Protect on Hope. And we're gonna put... That's good enough.
Thank you.
I haven't gotten a Saboteur yet, which would be helpful, but whatever. I think this guy just does physical attacks. Weakness is water. And now we know.
Good call.
Jeez Louise. Nothing really needed that. So, does this thing, is civilians so far removed from this area that they're not actually worried about any civilians wandering in? I guess there are probably a shit ton of security checks before they'd let a civilian, before a civilian actually managed to get in here, right? Like, they would have to be intentionally sneaking in, right? What about if one of the soldiers gets lost in here? Nice. That's what I was waiting for. Although soldiers probably have comms to contact anyone to help them out of one of the cages. So maybe that explains why there aren't like any alarms being set off here by us being in here.
We've tripped the security alarm.
Oh.
The observation battalion will be coming.
As I said that.
Let him come.
As I was just talking about that. About a lack of alarm system here.
You can handle a climb like this.
Lightning must have trained him to jump well. This could end badly.
How about this, Light?
Oh, you can hear the like
Nice.
Good call.
squelching sounds.
Stay down!
Lightning is getting the most value out of Blitz ever.
I've got your back.
Maybe we should try something else.
I don't know why Hulk waited this long to use Fire. Fira. Fire. Fire.
That went well.
Yeah, I would say that went well.
Take 5.
Maybe a bit more than 5. It looks like he's about to collapse.
What's eating you? Okay, I can tell you're hung up on something. Is it the Lassie thing? It's Snow, isn't it? What happened with him?
You wouldn't understand.
You and I are partners, Hope.
My mother was killed because of him. It's his fault. And he needs to pay for it. I'm not ready yet, but I will be soon. That's why I followed you. Snow dragged us all into this. You and me, your sister Sarah. He's gotta pay.
Now,
Stronger.
Lightning's realizing that maybe she let this kid down the wrong path. Without realizing it. Wasn't I gonna finish medic first? Oops. Oh, do I have to mess with the paradigms again? Oh man. Oh no. Oh no, bro. Alright, let's check the paradigms. Oh no, they're still here. Just swapped around. Good.
You just have to face your fear. Then you can take on anything.
Did I... Am I going the right way?
Pull this off if I don't toughen up.
Yes, I am. Like I said, it's kind of impressive if you get lost in this game, and I just got lost for a second. In my defense though, it looked very similar. Ooh, 4 ATB gauge.
Target's a target. Time to switch it up. Hope.
So Hope at this point is just blaming Snow for everything. I guess the Sanctum's just too big of a target for him to put his blame on them. Because he sees even what happened with Sarah as Snow's fault. Despite the fact that Sarah's the one who was the lessee. Although I don't know if Hope knew that part. Okay, that seems like the way to go, so.
Let's get this over with.
I guess Hope was following Lightning to get the... What's the word I'm looking for? Will to be able to try and kill a dude? Because it definitely feels like Hope wants to kill Snow.
Follow my lead, Hope.
It's kind of ironic considering that Hope's mom asked him to keep Hope safe. Oh yeah, that was in case you didn't quite put that one together. Although that one I feel like was pointed out pretty clearly. Although of course Snow doesn't know who she was referring to. Although their hair is so similar, I think they bear enough of a resemblance that the question should have crossed Snow's mind. I'm not sure where this revenge plan on Snow would fit into the itinerary. Because right now... What kind of leaf is that?
Could
What branch is that?
use one of those?
Bit too heavy for you.
Okay.
Backstory. Just before the purge, the day before the purge.
You became a lessee, so now you're gonna marry this idiot? And you think I'm gonna buy that? Full points for originality. But don't forget, if you really are a lessee, it's my job to deal with you. Sis. This is ridiculous. Worst birthday ever.
Wait, Sarah! Why won't you believe her?
You kidding me? She gets made a lessee and you pop the question?
Lightning, stop it!
No, you stop it! Get out of my house.
You're shutting her out! She's your sister! Fine. I'll do it. I'll protect her.
He did hesitate for a moment there.
How practical.
We interrupt this program to bring you an urgent Sanctum bulletin. Late last night, officials confirmed the presence of a pulse fal'C inside the city of Bodum. Acting with fal'C Eden's approval, authorities declared a state of emergency. The entire district will be quarantined in response to this crisis. This is a Sanctum bulletin. Late last night, officials confirmed the presence of a pulse fal'C inside the city of Bodum.
Uh-oh.
Sarah, I should have listened to you.
Okay, so we got a bit more backstory on the relationships between Hope, Sarah, and Snow. So, we heard earlier that Lightning's birthday was coming up. Obviously, her birthday was just before this shiz all went down. And at the time, Sarah was already a lessee. She was a lessee 5 days before this went down. And I guess she first wanted to break up with Snow, which Snow convinced her to not break up. And afterwards they decided, Snow decided to ask Sarah to marry her, which I think was 2 days before the purge went down. And then on Lightning's birthday, yeah, it was 2 days before the purge, if I'm not mistaken. And then on Lightning's birthday, Sarah tells, whoo, I gotta pay attention to the HP. Sarah tells Lightning that she's now a lessee, a pulse lessee, which is pretty much kind of like, again, it's pretty much like being branded a terrorist of the planet, against the planet, or a terrorist of the state. And she tells Lightning this, and keep in mind, Lightning works for the military. And Lightning says that if she really is a lessee, it's her job to take her out, which pretty much she just threatened Sarah. Now, that may seem cruel, but it's worth noting that I don't think, it seems Lightning genuinely did not believe that Sarah was telling the truth. I don't know why she thought Sarah would lie about something like that, but and then it
Just hang on! Follow my lead.
and then it gets revealed that they found a pulse fal'C in Bodum. And Lightning realizes that Sarah actually was telling the truth and she really did become a lessee.
Easy.
So, probably racked with quite a bit of guilt over not believing your own family. Also, it seems like not a lot of people were there for the birthday. We're supposed to go this way. You can tell by the arrow on top of the minimap which way you're supposed to go. Where was I? That Lightning probably felt pretty guilty, and then it was revealed that there is a pulse fal'C in the area. So it suddenly becomes way more believable that Sarah really is a lessee now. And as for the whole getting married thing, I mean, I guess it was kind of an odd time to pop the question, considering the dire situation that they were in. But hey, I guess that's just life, right? But keeping in mind that lightning doesn't like snow, she was like, now you're gonna marry this idiot? Oh, that was close. Ooh, new weapon. You know, I haven't been checking the weapons for quite some time. More magic is strength. I guess this is more balanced. I think the Glaze Fire is the most balanced. Actually, I'm gonna go with this, Hawkeye, because I don't think Hope. I don't think Hope even has access to the commando role. And I'm just gonna buff his HP a bit. I feel like he's a little fragile. And while we're here, we might as well level this up. Dang it. I keep thinking I'm gonna max out the medic. Yeah, I was really close actually. But anyway, from Sarah's perspective, it was probably quite distressing to hear your sister threaten your life. And also, I was saying that it didn't seem like there were many people at the party, so it was probably a very tight-knit group. Lightning doesn't seem like a very popular type. I mean, she's popular amongst the fans. Popular as in a bunch of different friends. So, she's probably more close-knit with a few people. And Sarah probably being one of them. And considering how much she does seem to care for Sarah, as the whole Purge situation shows that. The whole situation with the Purge shows that. I think they probably try to stick together as much as possible. They're hearing someone who's that close to you, and then thinking back that she threatened someone she's that close with. Probably racked her with guilt. Although, genuinely, I think she said that as a bluff to get Sarah to stop thinking that Sarah was lying. Maybe she thought Sarah made it up as a reason as to why it was okay that Snow popped the question.
Keep up with me, Hope.
And just saying that if that was the job, she would get him. She was hoping that saying that it's her job to take care of her, as in take her out. She was hoping Sarah would back off, or back down from this whole made-up story.
You picked the wrong fight.
Come on, turn around. It's not gonna turn around, is it? Eh? Yes! Ha ha ha! I thought it was just gonna walk backwards.
Stay focused.
Nice. Excuse me. Excuse me. Although it also begs the question how she feels about Snow, right? Because Snow was still there by her side when she kind of refused to be, yet she still seems to harbor resentment towards Snow.
I'm gonna go look ahead.
Maybe that's just lightning lashing out.
Who'd have thought there'd be traps here?
Are they guarding anything? Boom.
Back me up.
Maybe she feels like Snow is still a bit too irresponsible. Even if he has proven quite loyal to Sarah.
That could have gone better.
We still, wow, we only got 1 star, that's why she said that. Gotcha. Well, yeah, with Preemptive Strike, I think this battle becomes much more tolerable. I mean, it wasn't that bad before, but it practically becomes child's play. Especially since we can launch this thing into the air. I'll take this. Oh, some gil. Nice. Did we at least kill one of them? I think we at least killed one of them. That would have been a bit too embarrassing if we didn't kill any of them.
No problem.
Nah. Oh boy, 3 of these guys. Although, I don't think they do that much damage, so we should be fine.
Out of my way!
Oh yeah, Lightning mentioned that we tripped a security alarm earlier. Yet we haven't actually seen any soldiers yet.
Out of my way! Time to switch it up.
I don't think we did. Yeah, we didn't. Although we have been moving. But if there is a security alarm, it shouldn't be too hard to figure out where the people inside here might have gone, right? I mean, we have been moving, but we've also been, I feel like we've been probably leaving a trail of destruction in our wake. which way do we go? Treasure.
You want something?
Monster. Treasure. Monster. Okay, let's be honest with ourselves. That treasure probably isn't worth it. But I still really want it. Oh, this is some bull. Oh shit. Alright. I probably should have seen that trap coming. Like I said, it's been a while since I played this game.
Follow my lead.
Let's heal ourselves up real quick before we die. Let's do a quick healing session.
Switch it up. Keep it up. Target's a target.
Okay. Ooh. Youch.
Here! Come on, Light! Hope!
Oh! It almost one-shot him.
Here. Here. Follow my lead.
What the hex? Actually, if he didn't have his bangle that increases HP by 100, he would have died to that. I gotta heal up. This thing could actually one-shot me if I'm not careful. I actually gotta stay topped up. Okay, we pretty much lost the stagger, but Hope is literally gonna die.
We got this under control. Keep up with me, Hope.
That's a shame.
Time to switch it up. Keep up with me, Hope.
You know what?
Follow my lead. Keep up with me, Hope.
No, not this.
Follow my lead.
I lost track of where was what. Hey, just managed to get the protector from time.
Come on, Light! Thanks.
Yeah, we're not gonna get a stagger that way. Actually, there is a way. Actually, we need to heal.
Here.
Here! Come on, Light!
This battle rating is gonna be terrible.
Follow my lead. Keep up with me, Hope.
Jeez. 0 stars. Yeah, but with the threat of it just one-shotting us with that heave attack, I had to stay up high, on high health. So how did the other alarm get tripped with us walking in and then the other creature jumped in? Unless it was predictive and knew that creature was about to jump in. Why did it trigger? Because clearly the system here... Are they fighting? Oh, they're fighting! Neat!
We can win if we stay focused.
Okay. Take out some of the silver lobos first.
Target's a target.
Now let's go for the feral behemoth. Just chip off a bit of its health. This thing is actually normal to everything. It's just got a shit ton of HP. Okay, I meant to chip off a bit of its health, not kill it. We saw some of these, the Pantheron, I think they're, or the Therexron, which I think is this creature transformed. But the cyberized version of this can't breathe poison. I don't know if they like intentionally tried to remove that ability from this monster. Because they were like, it can't, that ability can't really distinguish between ally and enemy. This is gonna be a boss fight, isn't it? Yeah. What are we fighting? Ah, there it is. I wonder. Yeah, there's no spot in here. Whatever. I'm gonna go for this guy first.
Time to switch it up.
I wonder if that's also one of the magics that a Lassie learns. The ability to heal. I mean, it has to be. Because before we unlocked the sea powers, before we got branded Lassie, we had to use potions to heal, right?
Keep up with me, Hope. Come on, Light.
But now we can just cast a magic spell.
Thanks. Time to switch it up.
Okay, I think I figured this out.
Here. Follow my lead, Hope.
I guess healing magic is just part of the standard Lassie arsenal, which again, I think Lassie must have been very OP during the war. But again, that came at the sacrifice of, after your focus is complete, or after a certain amount of time, you're just done. Unless the eternal life as a crystal thing sounded enticing to you. But hey, they wouldn't have to make a statue in your honor. You could just Although, interesting thing about the Lassie statues, I don't know why, but their clothing seemingly disappears when you get turned into crystal. I'm not sure I'd be super comfortable with that statue of me being used. I mean, it doesn't show anything that it shouldn't. It's not like that detailed, but still. Come on, Hope. Let's get moving. Hope, get on here. Bioweapons maintenance, the Grappa Whitewood. How much more? I think there's still a bit more to go, so... Oh wait! Develop! Okay, let's finally finish Medic. Commando's finished. Ravager. So freaking close. But it's fine. We still got like 1 or 2 battles up ahead. This is maxed out. Ooh, level 2 on 2 things, Hope. Almost there. Is lightning only level 2 in one thing? Yeah, she's not getting level 2 medic. Oh. Oh well. Kind of interesting, because Lightning seems to be more of a progressed Lassie than Hope. She's already summoned her Eidolion. Yes, I'm pronouncing Eidolion. I'm pronouncing that word incorrectly. I actually forgot how to pronounce it correctly. I'm pronouncing that word incorrectly on purpose. Eidolion. I'm calling it an Eidolion. And Snow already summoned his. Oh, pay attention. He almost died because the animation was taking too long to play out. They're really gunning for Hope. Okay, I'm going with this. Oh wow. That like braced him with almost full HP.
Time to switch it up.
Let's just heal up real quick. I meant heal up Hope.
Just hang on. We got this under control.
Are you kidding me, mate? It's 2 Phoenix Downs we had to use in one fight. I feel like that it should have tried to use Blitz here, or whatever.
Target's a target. Keep up with me, Hope.
Things looked a little dicey for a second there, but whatever.
I've got your back.
Alright. What the heck happened to these guys? We weren't here before, were we?
What happened here?
Bad luck. They came looking for us and found something worse.
We can't just leave them like this.
Don't touch anything! Control your emotions. If you want to survive, you forget about sympathy. How can I explain? Think of it like a strategy. Focus on your ultimate goal and shut out everything else. Still your mind. Move on instinct. Let doubt take over, and despair will cripple you.
Strategy. Good. I'll take anything to help me get through this. I'll call it Operation Nora.
Nora?
My mother's name.
That's an unfortunate coincidence.
Your revenge?
Yes. Don't tell me. I know getting revenge on him won't bring her back. I know that! But sorry won't cut it.
Snow didn't kill your mother. The Sanctum did.
Whose side are you on?
The side of truth.
Fine. I'll fight the Sanctum with you. I'll learn to survive.
How can you judge someone else when you know that you're the same? Even I have dark secrets. Secrets I'd rather forget.
That seems like someone was listening to our conversation. Okay, that I think was a little, what's the word I'm looking for? I think it was a little bit of a genius interaction, having, even the whole thing of Hope traveling with Lightning. Because Lightning kind of gets to see what she looks like from the outside and realizes how unhealthy it is. But she also doesn't know how to tell Hope to do anything else. Because Lightning has adopted this whole strategy of, what the heck? Okay, I guess they're here. She's adopted this whole strategy of just focus on what you want and shut everything else out, even shut off your emotions. And now she's trying to tell Hope to do the same. Did he just block? She's trying to tell Hope to like adopt a similar mindset and strategy. And then she sees where that mindset and strategy is leading Hope and realizes, maybe this isn't such a good idea. And you even hear Vanille's narration voice in the back saying, how can you judge someone when you know you're the same? Lightning doesn't actually know what she wants to do. She just blames the Sanctum for everything and seeks to take them out because of it. Even the Sanctum Fal'Cie. But she doesn't actually realize how self-destructive that path is. So it's a little genius to get to see that she gets to see how it is because she looks at Hope and sees that same thing.
Follow my lead.
I thought it was a little bit of a smart thing to do in the story.
I've got your back.
I'm not getting a lot of stars lately. The other game starts. Okay, so these guys know we're here now. I guess word got out. Also, it seems like the comms were open. Though I do wonder what kicked their butts then. Probably one of the beasts running around here. Okay, this shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Time to switch it up.
Also, Lightning realizing this whole Operation Nora after telling Hope that Hope's crew's name is No Obligations, Rules, or Authorities. Like, well, that is an unfortunate coincidence.
No problem.
It's also like, how do you tell Hope to stop? Because Hope wants to be, I guess, Hope is plotting murder. But to be fair, Lightning's kind of plotting terrorism.
Keep it up. Out of my way.
So how the heck does she tell him to stop doing that? When her plan is arguably much, much worse. Oh, it's a means of fire. Hang on, let's get out of here.
Nothing personal. Keep up with me, Hope.
Oh, come on. I kinda wish you could direct them a little bit in combat so you can like sort of strafe out of the path of dangerous attacks.
That wasn't so bad.
Yeah, that interaction between Hope and Lightning, I really do like it though. I think it would be so useful in times if in real life you could see what you looked like from the outside. It might cause you to change your mind. Let's level up. Sweet. Okay, we're all maxed out. No, that's not what I need. Equipment. You know what, we'll try it without changing our equipment, and then see if we need to change our equipment. Dun, 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 dun.
Keep your mind on the battle.
No, not what I wanted to do. I was trying to stop targets. Oh, excuse me. Levy has this charge up animation for her ear spell. I don't know if anyone else has it. But it makes it quite easy to interrupt, which is a little frustrating. But she rapid casts them afterwards.
Keep up with me, Hope.
I think what makes it slightly worse for Lightning and watching Hope and his motivations is also, it might feel like for Lightning that she's leading Hope down this path. Right? Because she's kind of taken guardianship and mentorship over Hope for now. And involved him in this plot to take down the Sanctum, to take down the government of this world. It is like, if he dies on this mission, consumed by revenge, that'd probably be like the worst case scenario for her. Especially because I think she's warmed up to him quite a bit. Although, I don't know if she's realized that herself yet. I may need to heal soon.
Follow my lead.
Gonna heal now. Also, Hope is really young. I mean, Lightning's not even old. She's 21 years old. But Hope is like, what, 14?
Why do I have this feeling something bad's about to happen?
Because probably something bad is about to happen. Alright, well, I know what's coming up next. Let's just go for it.
We're moving. What's going on?
Very large elevator. It did a flip! Or it did a flip.
This is it. Operation Nora.
Time to switch it up.
Come on, Light and Calm.
Everything is halved and it delivers devastating physical attacks. Ow.
Here.
Ouch. Do you have a role where Hope's the medic? Only the double healing one. I gotta fix that.
Come on, Light.
Weakness, lightning, absorbed. Ah, healed by water damage, vulnerable to lightning damage. Impose powerful water-based attack. Okay. So I think that's... I want to go with... No, not Super Soldier. New costume.
I've got your back.
Thank you.
Okay, I think I got it.
Keep up with me, Hope.
We're gonna swap between these two things. Wow, Hope is in the range of that?
Thank you.
Follow my lead.
Okay, and then back to this to stabilize this stagger gauge.
Here.
That just swaps elements a lot. It's a bit of a shame she continues to heal herself even when she's at full HP. If only it would swap targets to Hope.
Time to switch it up.
Oh, I didn't stabilize it enough. Oh well. I didn't realize it was that close to stagger. Oh well. I think we're still gonna get in a decent amount of attacks, but this battle is gonna take a while. Ah, if only we had a Saboteur. You gotta be kidding me.
Keep up with me, Hope.
Okay, back to this.
Follow my lead.
That's unfortunate.
Just hang on. I've got your back.
Oh, you can cancel them by pressing circle. It has been a while since I've played this game. I need to get an AoE heal, man.
And so it ends.
Oh my gosh, lightning's charge up time to cast a heal. Okay, let's try that again.
Time to switch it up.
Here!
Keep up with me, Hope. Follow my lead, Hope.
It's something I never considered though. That some characters might be really bad for certain roles because of their animations. I'm pretty sure I've never thought of that. I've just always gone through the game and like more for the story than anything else.
Keep up with me, Hope.
I don't know if that's actually a thing though. Hang on.
Time to switch it up. Here.
Oh my god. I'm gonna be stuck healing forever at this rate. Ah, we lost the stagger.
Hope. Follow my lead. We got this under control. Hope. Time to switch it up.
I feel like I'm being really quiet. I probably am. I'm just kind of zoned in on this.
I've got your back.
Gotta stabilize.
Keep up with me, Hope.
No, I gotta admit, this is probably like the most engaged I've been in one of these.
Time to switch it up.
I don't know if I got the physical attack in one time. It does feel like the stagger gauge is falling really quickly. Yeah, but we'll see. So this creature, I'm not actually sure if this is a... If this is what... This feels like it's been cyberized a bit.
We got this under control. Hope. Follow my lead.
Oh my gosh. Maybe I should have used one of the shrouds to get haste. I didn't need to swap in. Okay, now I needed to swap.
Here.
And he's down.
Keep up with me, Hope.
Dang, we were just so low for so long. I was really trying to get the healing back up, but we really need to get some form of AoE heal.
Just hang on. I've got your back.
Oh my gosh, it's just spamming that attack. Oh, I died.
And so it ends.
Was my protect down? My protect was down. That battle was going on for so long that my protect fell. Okay, I'll use a shroud. I need haste, because it takes way too long for lightning to cast stuff sometimes. Let's go. Yeah, but the healing situation, it feels like we end up in a situation where as soon as we get low, we're stuck in this healing loop. And regardless of who we try to heal. It just seems like we can't heal them enough. If we try to focus on healing Hope, Lightning is in risk of dying. If we try to focus on healing Lightning, Hope's probably going to drop dead. And then suddenly they're in one-shot range.
Got this under control.
Wait, I forgot.
Follow my lead.
Oh boy. Hope's kinda low though, I need to actually heal him.
Here. Hope. Keep up with me, Hope.
Ah, I don't think I got the physical attack in on time. Somehow Hope always gets his attack in before me. Although I'm not 100% sure. Maybe this is just how fast this dagger gauge falls for this. Okay, but we're making very fast progress on this though. It's already at much lower HP than in the previous attempts. Okay, now we can fight. Okay, we're almost done now. Ugh. Okay. Just barely managed to get that done. 5 stars. Although we had to use a shot. Talking time was 10 minutes. Jeez. Historium expanded. Okay, well, why carry items if you're not going to use them?
Operation Nora, stage 1 complete.
You did well.
Okay, I think it's pretty much a straight shot from here. I'm not 100% sure about monsters showing up. But the Crystarium was expanded, so characters can now develop further. We can hold off on this actually. I wonder. Because I think we end up in Palampolum, and then what happens next?
Need to get something off your chest?
Do we head back to Saz and Vanille? If we end up with Saz and Vanille, I think we'll get another save state. This view is quite nice though. And over there in the distance is Palampolum. I think, if I recall the lore correctly. Nice view though. 2009 game, by the way.
That's it. Palampolum.
That's where you live, right? We'll stop in when we get there.
No. We're the sea now, and no one's there but my dad.
Hope, you need to let him know what happened.
Actually, I want that cutscene for next time. So we'll watch this as the hint preview for what we're gonna have next time.
Okay, time to hunt some lassie.
So what, we find him and that's that?
Don't get all hot and bothered.
You know, I never thought about this before. How tall is Bang?
Am I doing the right thing?
This is the day of the purge. No, it isn't. It's the day before the purge.
Hold on!
Okay.
went to the Foul Sea hoping to help her. But I was too late. Ow!
I knew you were hard-headed, but...
That was... Ow!
Snap to it. We're rolling out.
Yeah. Hunting Lassie, right?
This is our chance. Do not let the Lassie escape. Move out.
I will keep my promise, Lightning.
Lots of cutscenes. No. Again, I'm saving everything for next time. We'll watch this again, start the stream next time. Because I'm about to end soon. Well, soon being in like a few. After this cutscene. Freaking love the music.
So, where we headed?
Dunno.
You don't know? I thought you had somewhere in mind the way you took off.
I followed the smell.
What?
Smells nice. All naturey.
Just smells damp. And I think something bit me.
Hide!
Sky. Closest city that way is Palampolam. That is not good. I wonder if those two were caught in the net.
What do we do?
What do we do? Right now, what can we do?
Right. No choice. We run the
other way.
Which would be to Nautilus.
As we set off, it was like he'd forgotten that I was still there.
Oh my gosh, Final Fantasy XIII music, instruments of survival. Let it pursue us through memories of the past and still give chance. Alright, well, I'll end it there for today. And I think I'll be back tomorrow, around same time. If not, probably the day after. I am trying to keep this a daily thing though. At least for the weekday. Anyway. Thanks to all who came to watch. And until next time, keep it smooth.